Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Today is the day you're going to really think about your life and really dive deep into Think and Grow Rich, the last chapter.
I can't believe it's the last one.
Oh my God, guys, has been 15 weeks and you are being such a treat, such an incredible audience. Stay tuned with us every week. You do your homework, you read, and you champion, listen to our conversation. It's been such a blast. So thank you for being such a courageous soul. Hear the two crazy person talk for the past 15 weeks.
Really, it's been a blast. It's actually been 30 weeks with Wen and I doing this together, and I couldn't be more grateful. And I just love you so much, and I love you guys too. And there's just love.
Amazing. So we thought, you know what? We want to really close today strong. Not just strong, but extraordinary. We are not settled for good. We are heading for extraordinary. Therefore, we thought,
outstanding.
You know what? Outstanding. There you go. With that, we thought you guys, for some of you guys who maybe missed our call last night, why don't we do a recap today on Tuesday? Because of course Tuesday is better than Monday. So we thought, let's bring the conversation back. Let's share it with all of you guys so we can really have an incredible conversation and truly help you closing the gap and think and grow rich.
Beautiful. So we're going to actually share a couple of slides. We're not going to go fully into depth, but they're just going to have more of an open conversation today.
So yeah, we don't want you to be killed by the slides. So we want to share our wisdom and in the same time with little funny ghost slides.
Oh, I miss them. Didn't you miss them?
They're the best. Like, talking about ghosts, but those are cute little ghosts. Like,
I know that we agreed that the top left little booby, the little boo, is the cutest one in the whole slides.
Oh, 100%. Let's just take a vote right now. I vote for that. I'm thinking that could be a good business idea if it made those cookies. Like instead of gingerbread, you make a little ghost. Like I would eat that.
Honestly, you are always thinking. And for those of you who don't know, Wen is a total badass in business. So she is a very good mentor to have. She has 2 master's degrees from one of the top business schools in the country. And not only is she hilarious and sweet and super kind, but she's actually brilliant. So don't miss out on this girl, guys.
This is the best compliment I have the entire year. So thank you so much, Jenny. You're
welcome,
just
Angel.
So beautiful. So now we talk about baby ghosts. Let's kill them all. So that's exactly the process we are doing today.
I'm dead. So take inventory of yourself as you read this closing chapter, and you're going to want to find out how many of these ghosts are standing in your way. Boop. So fear is nothing more than a state of mind. And it's the result of not knowing or lack of awareness. We're not going to go through all these. Wen, do you want to start with maybe like so the first basic fear, or the ones we covered last night?
100%. So roughly, guys, fear is, like Jenny mentioned, it's just lack of knowledge or understanding. So once you're aware of that, you just know there's nothing to be afraid of. It's simply just a knowledge gap you need to close. That's the first step. And once you understand that, now let's take a deep dive into the ghost category or fear category. Right now, we have roughly 7 of them. Most common fear are poverty, criticism, ill health, which is being not healthy, loss of love of somebody, and old age, die one day. Those are 6 most common fear. And then last but not least, we also have the last chapter talking about the devil's workshop, which simply means the negativity, negative influence from people around us. So those are 7 ghosts, 7 baby ghosts we catalyze here. And our intention is help you, first of all, aware of them. And secondly, let's kill them. Kill the baby ghosts.
Let's kill these ghosts. Let's evaporate them into back where they came from.
Yes.
So yesterday we talked about the fear of poverty. So we're gonna talk. Do you want to talk about that one again, or should we talk maybe about a different one since we
Um,
covered that?
so basically, yesterday we talked about the poverty, talk about criticism, talk about the divorce workshop, and I think probably most applicable for most people is fear of criticism.
Yeah, I think
Would
we
you
should
say?
talk about that for sure
Mhm.
today.
Yeah,
Because
especially in
that's
this. Mhm.
like you were gonna say, especially in this what day and age or
Yeah, totally.
in
In
this
this day and
environment.
age, 100%. Whether you're
Yeah.
online, you're offline, you have friends, you have families, and one thing is interesting. I learned from the Think and Grow Rich is everybody have opinions. So you don't. If you truly want to listen to all of the opinions, guess what? You're gonna die because you're not possibly can make everybody happy. And yesterday when we Jenny and I we talk about criticism, one thing that, but I'm gonna let Jenny talk about her perspective, which is beautiful. She had this advice was like, oh my god, so amazing. But
Oh
from
yeah.
my perspective, when I think about criticism, is I'm thinking if that feedback coming from somebody is that person someone that I respect and admire in my field specifically. If so, then yes, I will take that and really hustle and be better version of myself. However, if that is on the opposite side, maybe this is a person I don't even know her or him. He or she is not in the field that I currently part of. If there's no credibility in that negativity, there's no point to engage. So instead of going back and forth trying to quote unquote defend myself, I'm just gonna let go. Let the universe make it happen.
Absolutely.
So now let Jenny to share her beautiful advice, which yesterday I was like, oh my God, I was so impressed by. So Jenny.
So my advice yesterday was that I don't take any criticism from somebody I wouldn't want to trade places with. And, that could be in the business sector, that could be family, that could be friends, that could be strangers. If I don't want to trade places with that person, I'm usually not going to take their advice as seriously as I would somebody that I really look up to, admire, or is really killing the game in the field.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And as we all love Jenny, you know this, Jenny will only trade place with 3 persons in the entire world, either Tony Robbins or Jay Shetty or Gary Vee. Really, besides 3 persons, she will not trade the world with anybody. So really
That's
to sum up.
True. I
not,
would definitely take criticism from you.
But I don't give criticism. I give positive feedback.
Well, that's the thing I wanted to get into next is like that there is constructive criticism, I guess we wouldn't label it as that, but just like maybe pointing out like how we could do something better from, how we always talk about in the Tony community, like shadowing or, you want to like people you look up to, you want to kind of like model them.
And I do want to, I think that's a fantastic point, Jenny, to articulate the difference between criticism versus feedback. In my mind, there are 2 different things. You might say, oh my God, this is just me, want to help you, support. No, that's BS. Unless you truly come with a beautiful intention, want to support your friends, your family, or people you met on the internet, you don't know. You want to truly give that feedback in the intention of supporting, make the world a better place, helping him, helping her, the great person, right? That is called feedback. And obviously, there are a way to deliver that in terms of, in my mind, I think criticism is intention to hurting each other's in terms of, like, say if I do something is incorrectly, maybe Jenny told me there's better way to do these things. It doesn't have to hurt me in person, right? I said, okay, great, I'll do this better next time. It's not personal. It's not affecting myself. I don't feel myself is not worth because of I did not do this one task correctly. That's completely different conversation. So I want to know
when it's coming from a place of love, or if it's coming from a place of maybe that person's insecurity or, just like a fear. That's like a big thing, that it's literally one of the fears, but it's, I think that's important.
Killed it. But yes, so don't worry if you receive those criticisms or feedback, you have no idea how to differentiate them. Just see you can feel it, the intention from the others, the family members, the friends, and really see that for yourself. And I love Jenny was that, if you don't want to trade a place, then don't take it. And at the end of the day, guys, just you and the universe. You don't need to make anybody happy. As long as you are happy, that's all that matters.
Absolutely. And I wanted to maybe take a spin because I was kind of not bored with the fear of poverty, but it was kind of like a little bit dry. Do you want to switch maybe to the fear of loss of love for someone or loss of love for maybe yourself? Because that's always like a big limiting belief that we have is like we're not enough. And when we feel that we're not enough, it leads to the root of that feeling is like, I'm not going to be loved or I'm going to lose love.
Mm-hmm.
Should we maybe talk about that?
Yeah, that's a great point.
Awesome. So the symptoms of this fear of loss of love for somebody could sometimes be like in the form of jealousy. And this could come from like, accusing somebody of infidelity or, not having faith in that person.
Mm-hmm.
Another one, I have another slide here, is like finding fault in your friends, your relatives, your business associates, or your loved ones without any cause whatsoever. And there is one of the symptom is gambling. And this is the habit of stealing, cheating, and, spending beyond one's means or accruing debt. Yeah, so that's one of them. And then that's it. Do you have anything to add for the fear of loss of love of someone?
I think after we enunciate what that means, I think it's really important to, kind of helping our listeners understand if you do have that, what should we do about it, right?
Absolutely.
And in my mind, when I'm thinking about fear of loss of somebody that we love, and inevitably, we all have someone in our heart, whether it's your friends, your family, your children, your spouse, your partner, your parents, and all people in our community. Yes, all and above. And I think, at the end of the day, instead of thinking the loss of somebody you truly love, maybe in my mind, I never felt that just because I love myself so much, so dearly. And I never, let me reframe it. I think you have to love others so dearly, but yet you're never afraid to walk away.
Absolutely.
And I think that is a healthy, independent, and yet let's coexist in the same time. Maybe I did not frame it well, but I never felt
that's beautiful.
a day
No, that's gorgeous.
that I afraid of losing someone, even though I love him or her dearly. And if there's a better way we go about, whether we part way or this or that, I still love him or her in my heart. So I never feared of losing because I never had him or her. I never own anybody. All I have is myself.
When I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing at the fact that there's 16 chapters.
Yes, this is the devil's workshop that's being connected here in the last fears.
I know, but okay. So we're doing both?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, back to the loss of love of someone. One of my mentors, actually, Jake Ballantyne, I went to one of his programs like a year ago, maybe it was 2 years ago, and something stuck with me there. And this could be related to business. This could be related to being in a relationship or this fear of losing somebody, is that rejection is protection. And I firmly believe that, because when somebody or something is rejecting you, it's protecting you, because that person, may not actually be the best person for you, or it might not be the best business partner, the best friend, whatever it is. And that opens up the space for that person that's right for you, or that business partner or that friend that's right for you to come into your life. So that rejection is protection has been like one of my mantras. And like Wen said, it's all about that self-love and that belief and that faith that whatever's meant for you will be. Right?
Yes.
You still with me?
Having that trust in the process, knowing that the universe always got you back when you show up, do the work. So to sum up, yes.
I just said boom. Oh God.
We need a boom on Tuesday. So that is how we overcome the fear of loss of somebody we love.
Mm-hmm. And so now we're going to talk about the Devil's Workshop. And this sounds really scary. And there's a little devil there. But have no freaking fear, because Wen and Jenny are here. And we are going to talk you through those negative people, those positive vibe only, that, you know, that wall, that guard in your mind to protect yourself from those negative influences in your life. So Wen, drum roll. What do you think about this one?
I thought you started doing YMCA, so I was following you. But so the Devil's Workshop truly just means the negativity in your life, whether it's your friends, your families, or the people in your community. Inevitably, we love everybody, but we can't truly love everybody because we all have different opinions. So yesterday, when Jenny and I we talked about this piece, we think about how can we really, accepting that. Not accepting, kind of just handle that negativity. And in the book, we're talking about the negativity actually is even more fatal than the fear of all other 6 fears, just because sometimes they get to your mind without you even aware of them because they're in subconscious. So I think it's really important. Number one, just be aware of that, knowing who is that influence in your life that may be projecting that negativity that you are even not aware. Sometimes you're just used to it. Maybe it is a friend, a family member that you've been talking or connecting with for past 10, 15 years, right? I mean, the familiarity, a lot of familiarity say, simply say you don't even recognize it's there until you're having that awareness. So that's step number one. Mm-hmm. And once you're aware of that, and now you can make a conscious decision, right? You can, like Tony said, you can love your friend from a far, far, far distance if that is a choice you're making. Or, just seeing the impact in your life, after you hang out with certain friends, how do you feel? Is that aligned with your own vision about who you want to become? And if it's yes, fantastic. If not, time to move on, my friend. I know it's not easy. That's why we are here to hold your hand. You got this, because universe also got you back.
Absolutely. And you build that immunity of one of the things I would say that I actually learned from somebody else that has had such a huge impact on my life. It was actually my old roommate. I developed this phrase of, I don't have space for that. So if, sometimes it's just natural for people to talk negatively or just dwell and focus on those things that are limiting, or, their people are addicted to problems. I would just simply either not say anything at all or say, like, I really just don't have space for that. Like, my life is busy. Like, I have a lot going on. Like, I'm trying to better myself. Like, I don't have space for that. It's as simple as that. And, the more and more you do it, the more and more you build that immunity. And, we also always talk about the 5 people closest to you that define you. And just to make sure that you're really conscious of who you're surrounding yourself with. That top 5 people, they actually define who you are. So it's important. What do you think, Wen?
Yeah, you said it best. Proximity is power. So understanding who you hang out with, instead of judging him or her. No, if he or she is not as great, guess what? You are right there with him or her. It's your choice. So it's your life. You set the tone. You define who you want to become, and you take actions.
And this is not about criticizing, guys. This isn't about, oh, that person's negative, I can't have them in my life. Because let's face it, like, we have people that, maybe are in our family that aren't always positive. And, it's important to just love them, sometimes from a distance, but just give grace to people that maybe they don't have the same tools as you do, and just lead by being like a shining example of like what's possible.
You can love them in the far, far, far galaxy, and the whole world is still going to be a beautiful place.
Beautiful. So this last slide that we could talk about is we want to go over the questions. And if you go to the last chapter, I just want to emphasize, I can't even say it, so maybe I should shut up, is that there's tons of questions to answer. And this slide it just is to explain like how much time are you devoting to studying and answering these questions.
So our intention is just help you really bring the awareness out for you. So after you hear us talk about those 6 fear plus the last devil's workshop, really for you to truly see, it's not just hearing us talk about one time. You're gonna be magically, eradicate all the fears, right? It's truly about you. How do you dedicate your time to, first of all, just even have the awareness. And how do you have awareness? By asking questions. So the Think and Grow Rich have all the beautiful questions in the last chapter, which I believe you already read them. But if you have not finished them, don't you worry. It's a great time to go back and really dive into a little bit more about those questions so you can truly understand where you stand. And the best part is, if you can't measure, you can't win, right? So now you know where you stand. You can know where charting towards. What is the future? What is the outcome? What is that incredible castle you are building for yourself and your people around you, for your family? So to sum up, it's time to go back to your book, answer questions, and be honest with yourself and truly see where you are and really see the shining goal as the next incredible future for you to charting your success towards to.
Absolutely. We love you so much. Angel Woman, do we want to give them a few questions maybe for a couple of people that don't have the book, just to give them an idea of like the questions that are asked?
Yeah,
okay. So there's a couple that let's just say, let me see. So does life seem like the future is hopeless to you? And if so, why? So not only are you asking yourself this question, you're going to say, if so, if it's true for you, or if you're giving meaning to that in that way, why? So you want to dig a little deeper and see maybe like why you feel that's a belief. So if you don't like your occupation, if not, why? And yesterday I flipped through, I did a presentation I mentioned also in one of my masterminds, and I referred back to Start With Why, which is a great book if you haven't read it. And in there's research that shows that 80% of people don't actually look forward to going to work, which kind of made me sad because can you talk a little bit about what you said to me last night about how like part of your why is like, those light bulbs all over the world and how important that would be. I just love you. I know you share a lot with me privately. I just maybe think it's a good point to make for our ladies and gentlemen here.
Yeah, so this year I started a business called Evergreener, and our mission is we want to create a world where no dream is left unfulfilled. And I truly believe that exactly like Jenny mentioned, every one of us is like a little light bulb in our own world. And if every one of us can be just one pixel brighter, can you imagine how much better place the whole world is collectively? So in my mind, it's absolutely no question in my mind that everybody should live life on your own term. Follow your heart, follow your dream, because that's what you're born. That's your birthright. That's what you're born to do. And it's our responsibility. If right now you're watching this, you have this modern connection, internet, you have the computer, you are able to see, you hear, to touch. If you have that privileges living in such a beautiful modern world, it's our responsibility to live out our life mission so we can truly support the whole universe collectively together. Can you imagine all those people who don't even have those access to internet continuously, maybe gather every day, have a roof over your head, have a meal to eat, have a clean water to drink? Like, we are so privileged. Therefore, it's our responsibility to live up for it and make the world a better place as a result.
We can make the world a better place. And the last question, that was so beautiful. And I'm happy that you were able to share that with everybody, because I know you share a lot of beautiful things to me. But I love that you shared it with everybody else as well. There's one more question that I just want to leave everyone with that really resonates with me. And sometimes you got to tell yourself, we're not only sharing this for you, but we're learning and growing throughout this process as well, is to which do you devote the most time? Are you thinking about that success and your success, or are you thinking about what could go wrong and that possible failure?
I
And
love that question so much because oftentimes we think about we want success, yet in our mind we are constantly worried about the fear, about the doubt, about what could go wrong. It's like, what Tony mentioned. If you're driving a car, you're looking at a damn fucking pole you don't want to hit, and you're looking at it, guess what you're gonna hit? You're gonna hit a damn pole. And that is what happened to me in my parking lot when there's so many poles just come to me from nowhere behind me. But that's a different story. So the idea
wait,
here is
what? wait,
so in the
came
parking
from
lot.
behind you?
Yeah, so in the parking lot, like when I park my car, those poles just come from nowhere and I hit
Oh,
my
you're
car.
a character. You're a
It,
character.
it was truly what happened, and I cannot explain. It was not there, and then boom, it came from nowhere. I swear to God, and there's no weakness. But if I do, I will have a weakness statement. But this is a separate conversation. So we think about charging forward when you really wanted to, going after your success. Stop looking at the damn pole that you don't want to hit. Focus on where you actually wanted to go, and that's how you're charging forward. So if you say, I really want to be successful, but if you spend 90% of your time thinking about the damn pole that you might hit, well, this is not proportion to what you truly want. Therefore, the action and the intention is not aligned, and there's no synchronization there. That will cause the difficult or confusion in your result.
Love it. So yeah, we just want to thank you again for joining us. And if you have any questions or you want to run by an idea with us, we are here for you. And like I said, we are very lucky to have each other. So don't hesitate to reach out. We love you. We thank you. Until next time, because we will be back.
Until next time, my friend. Thank you so much tuning in for past 15 weeks or so, hearing us, yelling at each other with all the incredible, beautiful castle ideas. We love you all. Please do not hesitate to reach out. If you have any question at all, we are here to support you. We want you to have a beautiful, magical Tuesday and a magical life ahead.
When can we end with our first maybe our shoulder shrug?
Ooh.
And then can we do the watermelon?
Ooh, let's do it. Okay.
Okay.
One big watermelon, you cut it into half. One for Jenny, one for one. Namaste. I'm so glad I bring Asian tradition in this cause. I felt so seen and so happy. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much for your love to watermelon. So do we. Until next time, my friend. Live life with a passion and so much joy and so much happiness. We love you.
Think and grow rich. We love you. Ciao.